Hello, everyone, and welcome back to your risk management as applied safety, security, and sanitation subject. And I'm still your professor, Mr. Kirk Anthony A. Ramos, and for the session, we will be talking about guest complaints as risk signals. Okay, so for this session, we will be examining, of course, no, yung guest complaints, no, not as emotional reactions, but this will actually, ano, no, bilang mga hospitality managers, we will be talking about this, no, as your service failures, no, and or definitely hindi siya service failure, rather, no, we will not be talking about emotional reaction or service failures, but as your risk signals, okay? So in hospitality risk management, alam naman natin that guest complaints no are your early warning indicators of deeper issues. No? Kaya nga if may magrereklamo, most likely this will definitely give us a meaning na there's something wrong. At alam naman natin no that in point of in point of our risk management, this will alert us to the following. No? So number one, we have what we call as your operational risk. No, this is something in our systems that is definitely not working. No? Kaya nga siya syempre nagrereklamo dahil in terms of operation, meron tayong problema. Second, ay yung reputational risk, no? Syempre yung brand natin, no, kung ano mang business ito, definitely this will be vulnerable, no, especially in online. Of course, no, we have what we call as yung legal and regulatory risk, no, yung potential violations syempre ng safety, sanitation or consumer protection laws will definitely will definitely be a factor in dealing with our customers complaint, okay? So with this no syempre no kagaya ng binabanggit ko ako kanina no from a risk management perspective, ito mga complaints na to ay hindi naman evidence ng incompetence ng isang tao no, but rather no they are your data points no, yung mga inputs na that will actually allow yung mga managers kagaya ninyo pagdating ng araw in order for you to strengthen yung controls and even mag-prevent ng ng larger losses so that we'll be able to will be able to be better no when it comes to services. No, this is very crucial no, most especially in the Philippine context since our industry relies heavily no on number one, no, mapapansin ninyo yung online travel agencies kagaya ng Booking.com and Agoda, no? And then second, will actually yung mga social media platforms kagaya ng Facebook, Google Reviews, and even TikTok. Okay? So now, no, let us examine yung five common most common guest complaint no categories in which each of this will represent a distinct domain. Okay? Sige, so let's take a look. So let's start with our noise complaints. No, this will actually talk about security and environmental risk. No, because yung noise complaints are often dismissed no as subjective kasi alam naman natin na merong karaniwan ang tinitignan nila iba naman yung maingay sa akin sa iyo o kung kanino man, 'di ba? But from a risk lens, no, you will notice that this will indicate the following, no? There's weak enforcement of house rules kasi supposedly wala naman dapat talaga maingay, 'di ba? Kasi dapat nasasabi yan in advance to our to our clients. Second, yung insufficient night security protocols, no? Third will be yung poor room zoning. And in the Philippines, no, this complaints are most common no sa mga beach resorts kagaya na halimbawa na nasa La Union and even Boracay, and of course yung mga city hotels no near nightlife areas kagaya ng nasa poblasyon Makati, di ba? And this noise will actually become a security risk most especially kapag involved daw po yung no yung alcohol, and yung guest safety natin will actually will be affected by this simply because pwede magkaroon ng dispute no arising between yung tinatawag po natin na no na mga guests, di ba? So with this, syempre no this will force yung mga managers natin to balance syempre yung revenue no coming from your group or party bookings, and of course yung satisfaction ng leisure, and of course yung business travelers. So with this no common na ginagawa or ng mga hotel attendants natin and even yung mga hotel owners no, yung mga basic decibel or noise level monitor will definitely help no yung night staff no that will make objective decisions rather than emotional ones. So kung meron tayong mga decibel or mga noise level monitor kagaya na makikita niyo sa may screen ninyo no, definitely ang inyong decision ay hindi nababase so kung ano nga po ba yung subjective point of view ng isa pong tao. Rather, no, you have an empirical data kung paano mo masasabi that this is actually ano, no, this is actually an objective one. So this is a common, no, low-cost operational tool that is being used by many hotels. Again, pwede nyo siyang tignan sa may baba, no? Ayan, sige po. So second natin na ano no na complaint will definitely your cleanliness issues, 'di ba? So it will pose yung sanitation and compliance risk. Because alam naman natin yung cleanliness complaints will definitely escalate very quickly because they suggest number one, ayan ano, syempre pwedeng ano no magkaroon ng health risk kagaya halimbawa yung syempre kapag may health risk definitely pwede magkaroon ng possible DOH inspection failures. Okay, we can also ano no talk about yung legal exposure no under your RA 10611, also known as your Food Safety Act. Okay? And in the Philippines, no, definitely ang maganda example niyan mga kapatid is yung mga nag-viral na Facebook post, no, most especially doon sa mga QC hotel bathrooms, no, mapapansin niyo may mga ano no situations before, no, doon sa dito sa Quezon City. Pero ayun nga, no, syempre kapag pinag-usapan na natin yung ano no, pag pinag-usapan na natin yung mga hotels nga na merong ano no, may mga ipis, nagkakaroon na tayo ng problema, 'di ba? So another good example with this is yung mga mold complaints, no, dun sa mga Baguio budget hotels kung tawagin natin during the rainy seasons. And of course, yung important distinction natin na pinag-uusapan dito is syempre yung perceived cleanliness versus yung ating tinatawag na actual sanitation. So yung syempre yung kahit single hair or dust particle no may seem minor, definitely it will often signals the following, no. So number one, syempre bilang mga ano no hospitality managers, you will notice that housekeeping is really important, no. So syempre kahit single hair man yan or a dust particle, no, syempre it will include or it will signal there's a weak housekeeping supervision, ano. It will also talk about ano no, yung mga training gaps kasi nga syempre kung hindi malinis talaga siya, ayan problema yan din ng ano no ng ating mga staff doon. So there seems to be a problem doon sa training nila. And of course, yung inadequate na inspection routines. So another thing, no, pag pinag-usapan natin yung cleanliness, many properties, no, actually use yung simple UV inspection flashlights, no, during yung mga room checks. Not to impress yung guests, but to support yung housekeeping quality control. So ginagamit na rin siya ngayon, ano. So another example na makikita nyo rin sa baba later on. Okay? Sige po. So third, no, we'll be talking about isa pang important na ano no na karaniwang complaint yung tinatawag na room temperature and mechanical issues, no. This commonly pose operational risk, no. So complaints about air conditioning or plumbing will definitely reflect no yung deferred maintenance, 'di ba? Syempre yung risk budget prioritization decisions. And in the Philippine setting, common issues will include no yun nga no during summer months mapapansin niyo yung weak air conditioning situations. Second, no, yung mga water pressure problems, most especially sa mga isla no, or even yung mga remote resorts. Okay? And of course, ayan, aside from that, aside from yung ano no yung room temperature, mapapansin niyo rin na yung mga mechanical failures will also be another issue, no? Because they are not just service issues, no? They can become no ang dami, pwedeng fire hazards kung magkaroon tayo ng problema, safety risk, and of course yung regulatory issues. Okay? So this is where we discuss syempre yung tinatawag natin na ano na preventive maintenance versus yung reactive maintenance. Because of course, no, yung preventive maintenance na tinatawag natin may appear costly but reactive maintenance almost ano no always cost more than doon sa tinatawag natin na preventive no in the long run. So definitely no pag pinag-uusapan natin itong ano no pag pinag-uusapan natin itong temperature and even yung mechanical issue, yung mga basic digital maintenance log or yung mga thermometer, hygrometer, no, will actually help yung engineering teams natin to document yung risk before yung complaints ay mag-arise, di ba? So ginagamitan na natin ng technology if you will notice para hindi tayo magkaroon ng problema later on. Kung magiging manager kayo and most especially kung magiging hotel owner kayo, di ba? So ayan. So again, no, karaniwang ano no common practice sa paggagamit ng digital maintenance log or thermometer or hygrometer, no? So that will help yung engineering teams natin to make sure na okay pa ang lahat. Okay? Another issue is yung tinatawag natin na service-related complaints. Ayan, no? So, very common ito, most special sa mga hospitality managers, and this will pose human risk. Di ba, yung mga service complaints expose human risk, including, syempre, yung emotional labor fatigue, inconsistent service culture na meron kayo sa company, and of course, human error under pressure. And in the Philippines, just to give you an insight, this is especially sensitive because of the stereotype of natural Filipino hospitality. No? Yung guests are often surprised and disappointed by complaints involving, ayan na, syempre, yung mga tinatawag natin na unfriendly staff, no? Yung pag-poor handle natin ng mga foreign guest concerns, kasi alam naman natin na iba rin yung kanilang ano, no, yung kanila pong gawin, di ba? Kaya nga meron kayong mga subject na pinag-uusapan natin yung ano, no, kung paano nyo i-cater most especially mga foreigners natin na mga guests. And this will show us that natural warmth is not really a system because risk management requires, ayan ano, yung structured service recovery protocols and of course yung clear empowerment limits. Okay, so yan yung mga karaniwang service-related complaints. Ayan. And lastly, syempre, tatawag natin na food and beverage complaints, no? So this will talk about the ano no safety and brand risk no pag pinag-usapan natin ito because F&B or food and beverages complaints carry number one, the immediate health implications, no? Second, yung long-term reputational damage kasi nga syempre isang post lang, delikado na tayo diyan, di ba? So, yung dalawang yun yung karaniwan na nagiging ano no nagiging problema. So local examples natin dito no basically mga food poisoning na nangyayari sa mga resort buffets, di ba? Yung mga unsanitary utensils sa mga hotel, no? Kagaya halimbawa ng mga breakfast buffets nga na binabanggit natin kanina. And of course, yung compensation alone will definitely not resolve yung mga F&B complaints natin. Because, una, syempre yung issue rito ay merong kinalaman dun sa pagtitiwala ng ating mga customer. No? And also, it intersects with the food safety laws. Kasi syempre kapag food poison mo yan, problema yan. Okay? So, syempre, kagaya ng binabanggit ninyo sa ano no sa kitchen essentials ninyo no so makakatulong no most especially kapag kayo ay ano no kapag kayo ay gumagamit or syempre nagluluto ng pagkain yung mga simple tools kagaya halimbawa ng mga color coded na mga chopping boards or even mga food thermometers no as your standard controls in order for you to reduce yung mga risk na meron tayo. Okay, so ayan, with this here are my references for our discussion. And that's it for our discussion about your guest complaints as risk signals. So let me just grab the opportunity to thank everybody no, for attending our session. And I hope to see you all on the succeeding ones. Until then, mag-iingat po sila.